In this video, I will talk about NJABULO NGCOBO leaving Kaizer Chiefs. I will also talk about the other players who are following him, potentially. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club. And yes, the thing that has been coming, that all of us have seen coming, most of us anyways, have seen coming a long way, is NJABULO NGCOBO leaving a Kaizer Chiefs. Now, news coming out from his camp are that NJABULO NGCOBO wants to move back to AmaZulu FC. Understandably so, because AmaZulu are one of the teams that are showing ambition and he has played for AmaZulu. But on top of that, Kaizer Chiefs, he's currently not playing at all. We know he did play against Chippa United, but that's only because Udove was injured. And people who are coming from his side are going to say, and he's actually not supposed to be playing ahead of NGCOBO. They will say Udove is supposed to be playing as a left back and then NGCOBO is supposed to be playing as a centre back. Now, I'm making an argument for people who are off NGCOBO starting. People will make arguments that NGCOBO should have been starting ahead of Ukweneka all season. Some people will even go as far as to say, no, he's actually supposed to be pairing up with Udove. So there are a lot of things that are going on. And other people will go also and say, he should be played as a defensive midfielder because we have seen Uguti can play in that position. So if you look as him, if you take his position and be in his shoes, then you see where this is coming from, Uguti. There's just this frustration, Uguti. He's not playing at Kaizer Chiefs and now he's looking for a way out. And I don't blame him. I've always said to Uguti, as much as I'm a Kaizer Chiefs fan, I also feel like there's also a line where you should also just say, the player himself must also decide to go to, are they ambitious enough to move and go to where they will play, because that's what the reports are saying. Guti, he wants to go to a team that will play him, and it looks like AmaZulu are exactly that team. So he's going to go to AmaZulu and play AmaZulu, and I think also that helps him to be closer with the family choosing a KZN, because it's specifically said to go to Funugia AmaZulu because that's the team that he apparently wants to go and play for. Now, I don't think the Chiefs can complain. I don't think the Chiefs can complain about that. It just makes sense for him. It got me thinking though, Uguti, is it possible that the Chiefs might end up actually using NGCOBO in a swap deal for Maduna? Because that the moment I thought of that, I was like, no, please. Let this not be the way we get to Maduna, because I'm not dismissing Maduna before he even touches or kicks the ball for the Chiefs. But we have talked a lot of times in this channel, everywhere, Uguti, if a player comes to Chiefs, they must be the best in their team, because there is just a level that you must be at when you come to Chiefs. So if you are not even making a starting 11, if you've been injured for almost an entire season in your own team and you are not playing, even if you are available, you are not a starter, but then you are brought up with Chiefs to be raised or to still grow, and you are already established player in your team, how are we going to now say, hey, here's one of our best defenders, we are going to use him for a swap deal? Because vele if NGCOBO is forcing him move yakhe to AmaZulu, then the Chiefs might say, you know what, we might as well use this to our advantage and say, you know what, let's get a swap deal for him. So I really hope if this does happen, I won't like it, but this is the only positive that the Chiefs can use if they really want to Maduna. Because I would rather get some money for NGCOBO and then use that money to buy someone else. But since the Chiefs are really interested in Maduna, it's clear they will just use him, NGCOBO, to get to Maduna, because NGCOBO Vele is entering his final year when the season begins. So yeah, it saddens me, and I will be interested to hear what you guys have to say. I have a question. This is a question of the day. It says, do you think NGCOBO should have been given more game time? Most of you would say obviously. Or who do you think should fill NGCOBO's spots in defense? So let's just say he leaves. Who do you think should fill his spot? Because there will be a hole that will be there. Because if you are looking right now, if kuna defender Hambayo, someone must come in and replace him, because we're going to talk about the other defenders. Don't worry. But Where do you think Ngcobo should have played? Because some people are arguing that Ngcobo actually put himself in this situation, because sometimes I feel scared when I see Ngcobo on the ball, because he's made some few mistakes because he's too comfortable on the ball, and sometimes they end up taking the ball from him. But who hasn't it happened to, right? Because all these other players, it happens to them. The only difference is that Ngcobo plays as a centre back, and when he makes those mistakes, just like Ukwinika, everyone notices. Umat always loses the ball, but since he's a midfielder and there are people who can cover him, then we don't see those. Uhlante gives the ball away a lot of times, but we don't realize that because he's losing it at left back position. Yabo. So it's just all these things. Uguti, is it because Uzwane thought, I can't afford to have a defender who's going to keep making these mistakes? And I know, hambani yang mga comments ningitshela ukuthi what do you think about this whole situation kaNgcobo? Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying. This helps me to reach more people like you. Also, today's member shout out goes to Specihle Daniels. Yes, I'm thinking about it. So you can become a member of the channel by just clicking the join membership. What's this thing? You can just join the membership of this channel by clicking the link on the description, and it's only 20 rands per month. You get member shoutouts, you get loyalty pages, and priority reply to your comments. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined. Now, Umatoho, we also know who Umatoho is living. And I know some people have a strong attachment to Umatoho. And why not? Like, he was there in our golden ages. He was scoring goals, he was defending, he was solid. Because we can't just throw that out and say, how some Dala Vele, so he sucks. No. I will always say, Mina, I have a lot of respect for Matoho and appreciation for what he has done for the Chiefs. But to think and to say he still fits and is still good to play for the Chiefs, I think that's a mistake. Because Ibola Leli Abeshana Andalona, Low Baxter, Low Minton didn't require building up from the back. And Ibola now has evolved and requires defenders to build from the back. And that is reflected in the defenders that we're bringing in as well next season. Let's so Mangabo in a minute. So Mato has been a good 7-year Chiefs, but he's going to go now to TS Galaxy, or maybe, I don't know, most likely TS Galaxy. And he's going to go there and shine and be a good defender. And people are going to say, look at Matoho, he's now playing well with Galaxy. That's because they don't play the kind of football that the Chiefs are playing, or he can just shine in any other team, if we're being honest, except Chiefs, Pirates, and Sundowns, because they play different kind of football at this point. Even Cape Town City can enter that argument. Anyways, what about Austin Dube? That's another person that people are interested in, because now he's not been played. He's only featured once this season. Yenage, he's slightly better than Mato in terms of involvement. No, he's not, because Mato also played with Calling Black Label Cup. Austin only played once when Udov was injured. And even after that, Uzwane seemed like was blaming him. Good. Oh, if Udov was there, we wouldn't have lost like this. But to be honest, we lost because players were selfish and were not organized enough against Arrows. So I think that just was a nail to the coffin here. Okay, so now what do we do with him again? What do you think we should do about him? Because there is another problem that we have. Guti, Udube naye, if you hamba, that's another hole that is being opened. Because if we qualify for CAF Confederations Cup or CAF Champions League, God willing, we are going to need depth. You cannot use the same squad that you are using with PSL and then use it again with Champions League. Players will be worn out. So we're going to need depth. So what do you think should be done about Udube? Because Utitlokwe Nomsimango are coming. And I will tell you what, they will be starters. One is right-footed, Umsimango. The other one is left-footed, Utitlokwe. There will be a centre-back pairing and they will be starting. They are comfortable in playing the ball from the back and progressing forward. They have a height, they are physical, so aerial balls they will defend. Tracing and covering, or Frosler or Solomons or whoever will be playing left back, Dovehland, whoever, they will be able to do it, so they will be starters. So what does that put to Dube? Let me know down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelu Moy.